Hi everyone, Sue Moulton here. I just wanted to answer a few commonly asked questions of me. First of all, people want to know how I'm in the top 100 when I live in such a tiny little rural town in New Hampshire. So I'm going to answer that for you. And they also want to know if I do a lot of virtual parties or whether most of my shows are in-home live cooking classes. And they are mostly in-home live cooking classes. I probably do 98% of my business in-home. I do some fundraisers, some bridal showers, some vendor events, but the majority of my sales comes from in-home classes, though that's what I prefer. But I do offer virtual parties as well. The next question was, where do I get my bookings? So as a new consultant, you're going to start your business with your family and friends. So you're going to book a grand opening show, and you're going to book 2 dates. You're going to book a weekend and a weekday. And the reason you're going to do that is because if they can't attend the first one on like a Saturday, you're going to say, no problem. Do you think you can make it Tuesday night? We're going to have a smaller gathering, but I really need to get some practice in. I'd love it if you could come. So the first thing you're going to do before you actually even invite people to your grand opening event is you're going to call them and you're going to be asking them if they would be interested in gathering their friends for a fun theme show. So you need to pick the theme shows that you want to do: Mexican and margaritas, salad and sangria, one pot cooking, fast, fresh weeknight meals, whatever theme show you would like. And Canford Chef provides lots of different ones for you to choose from, and they'll give you recipes and information about that. Then you want to call. So what do you say? You don't want to ask, would you like to host a show? Because that sounds like work, and we don't want them to have to work. We want to make it sound like fun, which it is if you do it right. So you're going to say, hey, this is Sue with the Canford Chef, or you're going to say, hi, this is Sue. I'm not sure if you know, but I just started my own business with the Canford Chef, and I'm so excited because I'm going to be able to do a theme show for you and your friends, and you're going to be able to get free, half price, and discounted products. Plus, there's a bonus in September that you can pick any one item or any one set in the entire catalog at 60% off. So it's kind of like you get to decide what's on sale. My trainer tells me that the most successful consultants hold 6 to 8 shows in their first 30 days. So I was wondering, I need to have a few large shows and a few small shows. Do you think that you would be willing to gather a few friends so that I could practice on you? So you're just going to ask. Your family and friends are your first group of people. If they say no to that, then you're going to say to them, well, would you be willing to host a catalog or a virtual online party? If you can't gather people together, you don't have to clean your house. Everybody can party in their jammies. I need practice with virtual shows as well. If they say no to that, then you're going to say, okay, no problem. I appreciate you being honest with me. Would you be able to come to my grand opening on Saturday, the X date, or Tuesday, the X date? Then by that point, if they've said no to you twice, then they're probably feeling kind of bad that they haven't been able to help you out. So hopefully they'll attend your grand opening. If they say yes, they'll come to your grand opening. The next thing you want to say is, it would really help me a lot if you could bring 2 to 3 people that I don't know to my grand opening show. Because my number one goal is to get outside my family and friend circle. So you could really help a lot. So you're asking for what you want. If they cannot come to your grand opening, you're going to ask for referrals. Do you know anybody that needs fundraising? Do you know anybody that's been newly engaged or getting married? So that's the first thing you're going to do. You want to book 2 friends, 2 family, 2 neighbors, and 2 coworkers, because those are different people groups. And your goal is to get outside of your people groups. And then from there, you're going to book shows at those shows. And you can get trained by your upline on how to do that. Now, it's important to know that the different people groups, you want to mix your crowd at that group as well. So you're going to ask the hostess to please make sure that she invites different people groups to the show. So that if it's somebody that you know from church, that they don't just invite the people from church. Because then what's going to happen is when you go to book shows, people are going to be like, well, everybody I know is here. So when you get that objection, though, I often say, well, did you get everything on your wish list today? And they always say no. And then you say, well, neither did everybody else. If we book your show in a month or 2, that'll give everybody 4 to 8 paychecks to be able to save up and get some more items off their wish list. How about we just do a different theme show? Next thing, how do you get bookings outside of shows? So I'm the queen of out and about. I wear logo gear almost everywhere I go. If I'm not wearing logo gear, I was going to grab my my little pin. I have a little name tag that says Pampered Chef on it. I wear that, or I carry a tote bag or a sling bag that Pampered Chef makes that has the catalog so that it shows on the outside. And I look for opportunities to bring up Pampered Chef into my conversation. So it might go something like this. I go to the post office and you get up to the counter. Of course, the postman knows what I'm mailing, but they always ask, anything liquid, perishable, blah, blah, blah. And you say, no, I'm sending off Pampered Chef post packets. If you have people in line behind you, people often say, oh my gosh, I love Pampered Chef. And of course, you're carrying your mini catalogs, right? If you're carrying your mini catalogs, you should be having a little Post-it note on them that says, we have Post-it notes on our team that are actually door prize slips, but if not, a regular Post-it note will work. And you just hand it to them, and these are the words I want you to memorize. When was the last time you hosted a show? There are so many new products in our catalog. I would love to send you the specials. When you see something you like, you just give me a shout. That's really non-threatening. You're not stalking them. They get to reach out to you. They're going to give you their email, their phone number, and their name. Now, the most important thing you need to do is actually follow up. 82% of consultants will not follow up with a lead that they get. That's lost business. That is what makes the difference between successful consultants and unsuccessful consultants, is whether or not you do customer care. So you have to follow up within 24 to 48 hours as best as possible. And you're going to send them an email. Hey, Sue, here's the specials for September. I'm so excited because you could pick any one item or any one set at 60% off this month, in addition to free and half price. How about we get you some of your wish list items for free this month? We could gather some friends and do a fun, fast, fresh weeknight meals or quick cooker class. That's what you're going to say. And typically, I would say probably 1 in 15 or so will actually get back to you on that. One of the other questions I got asked was, how do you keep your schedule full without asking the same people? So that's a really good question. When you've been in business for a period of time, you're going to have a lot of customers. So I carry these 2 pocket folders, and what I do is on the front of them, I mark them January through December. And when I talk to people, if they say that they're interested, like, oh, well, not right now, contact me in the fall, or to contact me before the holidays, etc., then I'll put them in the correct folder. And then I schedule time, office hours, to get on the phone and call people and tell them about the upcoming specials. And then once they posted a show with me, then I put the show information on the back side. And then I know to call them again the next time. So this is a fundraiser that I did for $1,100 last year. And so I'll get on the phone and I'll give her a call and see if she wants to rebook for the same fundraiser. So you want to follow up with people that have said, yes, they're interested in some level. Now, let's say you've gone through all of those and you still don't know who to call, and you don't want to keep going back to your family and friends, which I agree. What you want to do is you want to go to your old shows, and you want to open up a show on the consultant corner, and you want to go back to everybody that was an outside order. It'll say OO next to their name. And you're going to call them and do customer care with them. So if you're not familiar with customer care, Pampered Chef has the 222 customer care follow-up. So first of all, you're going to do full service checkout with them, which you probably hadn't done when they placed the order. So customer checkout would be something like, you know, hey, Carol, thanks so much for ordering on Sandy's show. I just wanted to thank you for your order, to send you some recipes that go with that large bar pan, but also to talk to you about maybe getting some other items that you didn't get on Sandy's show yourself for free. Have you ever considered gathering some friends for a fast, fresh weeknight meal theme show? And if they say no, you say, no problem. Have you ever done an online virtual party? Those are just as easy, and you get all the same benefits when you do an online party. And if they say, oh no, I'm just not the partying type, I just like to buy, I always thank them. Thank you so much for that. I love referrals. If there's anybody that you can think of that invites you to a lot of these parties other than Sandy, I would love it if you would pass my name along and introduce me. That would be fabulous. And I will be happy to give you a prize at her show if she actually books a show with me. And then you're going to go through all of your outside orders on all those past shows. So you're going to do customer care. The 222 is 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. So after you close a show, you want to be calling your customers, and you might be calling them 2 days after the show, but before you've actually closed the show. And the reason I say that is you want to say something like, hey, Sandy, it's Sue with the Pampered Chef. It was so nice meeting you at Maria's show last night. I just wanted to touch base with you before I close your order out. We're going to be closing on Tuesday to see if there was anything that you got home and thought, man, I should have just added that to my list. Or if you had any questions about the things that you did order. If they say no, you say, great, no problem. I'm going to be giving you a call in a couple weeks when your products come in to make sure that you get them out of the box. It'll be called my out of the box call because I want you to use them and love them because I want you to think of me fondly and I want to be your Pampered Chef consultant for life. So please answer the phone when I call and let's make sure you get it out of your box and see if you have any questions for me. And remember, you have 30 days that you can return or exchange any product with Pampered Chef without paying for shipping. So make sure you open the box when it comes in and make sure that nothing is broken or damaged. So I'll talk to you in a few weeks. Nice chatting with you. Okay, 2-week call. Hey, Sandy, it's Sue with the Pampered Chef. This is my out of the box call. I hope you got that stone out of the box. Have you cooked anything in it? Oh, yes, I love it. Tell me, what have you cooked? Oh, I love that recipe. That's great. Would you like me to send you a couple more or tell you how you can get lots of recipes that go with that? And then you explain to them how they can get recipes off of your website by going to your website, typing in large bar pan, and then clicking from the product tab to the recipe tab right next to that. And that will give them recipes for that product. After that, you're going to say, hey, would you like to gather some of your friends, some of the people that were at Sandy's show to do a party of your own? I would love to try out my newest recipe. I'm doing this new theme show called, and pitch your new theme show. If they say no to that, say, okay, thanks for getting back to me. I really appreciate it. I'll be getting in touch with you in a couple months. Is there a better time to call you? And so you ask them. They might say, call me before the holidays, call me after school starts. It depends if they're a teacher, what's going on in their life, but it's okay to ask them. And then you take their sheet and you move them to the folder that tells you when you're supposed to do follow-up. I often get a lot of questions that ask, like, when do you know when to stop calling? You never stop calling unless they say, I am all set. So that has only happened in 15 years. I probably had less than 5 people say, I am all set, and you don't call. So I have a whole file folder of January through December of people that I'm calling, and also vendor events. When you go to vendor events, you're getting lots of contacts from that as well. Somebody asked how many shows I do on average. So my goal is to do anywhere from 8 to 10 shows a month. So I usually do somewhere around 100 to 125 shows a year. That based on recruiting, I try to recruit 2 people a month, so about 25 a year. That will put you in the Excellence Awards category. So if you haven't looked up Excellence Awards, if you qualify 15 new consultants in the excellence period, which is June 1st through May 31st, you earn excellence. You're going to get Pampered Chef dollars, like 500 Pampered Chef dollars, and you're also going to get gift cards to like Tiffany's and all kinds of bling and fun stuff like that. So definitely check into Excellence Awards. The other thing that I try to always do is I try to always sell 6,000 or more a month, because that puts you in what's called the Elite Seller Club. And when you are selling 6,000 every month and your rolling last 12 months is over 75,000, you get an extra 2% commission on everything you sell. And that might not seem like a lot, but it really does add up. So you should set a goal to not sell less than 6,000 a month if you want to earn a trip and be on track for excellence. And last question, let's see. Living in a small town, I think I answered that. What do you say to people when they say that they are too busy to book a show? I'm so glad you asked that question. So the number one thing I want you to ask them is what they're busy doing. Okay, we're not going to argue with them. If they say they're busy, they could very well be very busy, but you want to know what they're busy doing. Our job isn't to just sell them something. Our job is to solve their problems, to find a solution. So here's a perfect example I tell my team all the time. There was a hostess up north of me, and I asked her if she'd be interested in doing a theme show, and she said, I can't, I am way too busy. And so I said, so tell me, what are you busy doing? And she said, well, I play on an indoor soccer league. I coach my son's indoor soccer league, and I am the coach for the entire community center soccer program. So she is busy. But what did that show me? That she's very vested in the soccer program. So I asked her, well, what about doing a fundraiser for the community center soccer league? And she was like, absolutely. So she wasn't willing to spend 3 hours to do a fundraiser, to do a show for herself, but she was willing to spend 2 weeks working on a fundraiser for something that mattered to her. It was a cause near and dear to her heart. Would I have known that if I had just said, oh, okay, you're too busy, I get it, we're all busy? No, you have to find out what they're doing. Another example of, oh, I'm too busy, I can't possibly host a show right now. Tell me, what are you busy doing? Oh, my daughter's getting married in 3 weeks. I was like, oh my gosh, you absolutely are too busy. Now, 3 weeks is a little close to be talking about a bridal registry. So I didn't bring that up, but I said, I'd be happy to call you after the wedding. And she said, that would be great. Now, had I left it to myself to decide when to follow up, I probably would have followed up in 3 months, not 3 weeks, right? So I wrote on her order form, daughter getting married. I wrote the date the daughter was getting married. I went to the dollar store. I got a card. I sent it to the mother of the bride, said, congratulations on your new son-in-law. I look forward to chatting with you. And I mailed that off. And then a couple weeks after the wedding, I called her. She was likely to pick up the phone because I had sent her a $1 card and I showed that I cared and I paid attention to what was going on in her life. So to be a good consultant, to set yourself apart from all the other 45 or 65,000 Canford Chef consultants out there, you need to A, brand yourself. What are you known for? And B, you need to be above and beyond on the customer service end of things. How many times have you guys gone into a jewelry store or Walmart or someplace and dropped $100 or $150? A lot, right? You buy washing machines and dishwashers and all kinds of stuff like that. Has anybody picked up the phone and called you and thanked you for your purchase? One company, K Jewelers, picks up the phone and calls me twice a year during their semi-annual customer sale, and they thank me for my business and they remind me that they're having a special. I am more likely to buy from K Jewelers than any other jeweler out there simply because of that. So distinguish yourself from everybody else by making good customer care calls. If you need scripts, Canford Chef provides those, and you can look them up on PC University. So again, my name is Sue Moulton. I'm from Bosco, New Hampshire, tiny little town. And if you have any questions, you can private message me. Thanks for watching.